Hello and welcome to a new headliners, upgrades, and UCL live card investment video where we look at potential upgrades and the live cards that are in the game. Today we're also going to add UCL and Europa League live cards since Champions League is back. Finally, we get to see a few games, nice games starting today with some very good matches tonight. So let's start off with our headliners, looking at last week's. Last week, I think almost every card went through. We had this Semedo that we looked at. It was at 460 with 2 games in a row. Barcelona won the 3rd game, so they're now on 3 in a row. They have the 4th game coming up this weekend, which is going to be, I think, an easy game. Barcelona will probably win that, and Semedo will go in 4 in a row, get that upgrade, and go to an 87. I said that buy him somewhere around 460 is going to be a good price. He's looking to go to at least 500. I think his price is at 500 right now. He might go up a little bit more, but if you bought him at 460 and you sell at 500, there's not a lot of profit there. So there's like 15k. So you might want to wait a little bit and see if it goes up a bit more. I don't see it going lower than it is right now. Maybe a couple more days, and it might go up a bit more, but still 15k, 20k, whatever you can make as a profit is still profit. You know, I always say as long as I make profit, I'm happy. The other one was this Morgan Sanson, which was one that had a lot of risk involved because of the game that they were playing away to Lille, a very tough opponent. But it was the lowest risk because it was a very cheap card. I bought all my cards. I think I bought only Sansons. I didn't buy anybody else. I bought like 12 of these for under 25k, at 24, 25, something like that. Marseille won that game. It was a really nice game. They won 2-1 away, so they're now 3 in a row. This card has only gone up to about 30, went to 31, 32. So there's like about 5k profit in a card for me right now at 12 cards. So I'm looking at 50 or 60k. I might wait another day or so and see if it goes up by a few more k. Otherwise I'll sell. I'm happy with that profit. And the other card that we saw was this Lucas Digne from Everton, but their game was not played. They're going to play that 3rd game this weekend, which is going to be Arsenal. So this card is still a live card on the 2 in a row. So we'll put them down here in the pile with the new ones. And the last one that we saw for all the Orsit's objective owners that were interesting to see when he's going to get an upgrade. Unfortunately, Dinamo Zagreb lost to Osijek away. They were on 2 in a row. That was their 3rd game. Unfortunately, they lost that game, so they're now at 0 again. So he has to start from the beginning. I believe that they will get up 4 in a row, but it's going to be delayed a bit more. So let's go into this week's headliners. We have Luis Alberto from Lazio. They're going to be on 2 in a row. They have Genoa and Bologna, I believe. Lazio is on a fantastic run this year. They're 2nd behind Juventus, I think by 2 or 3 points in the league. So they've been playing really well. I believe probably the next game is going to be an easy game against Genoa. Genoa is at the bottom of the table. This card is at about 52, 53, I think, on the PS4 right now. So if you can get this card at 50 or under, it looks to be a solid investment. I believe that they will probably win their next 2 games, at least the 3rd one against Genoa. They should be winning that game. And if they do, the card will go up and you'll be able to make some profit. If not, if you buy at 50, I don't see it dropping that much. Even if it does, you won't be losing too many coins. The next one is going to be Ilicic from Atalanta. They are on 2 in a row. This is another cheap card. It's about 58k right now on the PS4. They have Sassuolo and Lecce. Sassuolo being the harder opponent, Lecce being an easier opponent. So if they could go back past Sassuolo and their next opponent this upcoming weekend, this card will go on a 3 in a row as well. At 58k, I think it's a very good price as it is at the moment. So you can also buy a card at that price as well. Don't need to wait for it to drop anymore. It looks to be a good price at 58k, but I'm not sure because of their recent form. Even though they won, they've not been playing that great. If they're able to win that game, also because I believe they have a Champions League game this week. So that's going to be in between that and their league game. So you'll have to wait and see how they do in that game before investing in this card. Not that it affects the card, but we need to see how they perform to see if they'll be able to win their league game. The next one is going to be Tagliafico from Ajax. Ajax is on 2 in a row. This card is now at 120 something K on the PS4. They have Heracles, I think, their next opponent away, and then the fourth game is going to be versus Alkmaar, which is a very tough game at home though. But Alkmaar is second in the league, I believe, or third, or something like that. I think Heracles will probably be a win for them away. So if they can get on that 30 in a row, I believe his card will go up, as we always say here, and we sell after that into the hype. So he's now just over 120. I think if you can find this card under 120k, looks to be a good investment. Now, we're going to have a look at UCL live cards and some Europa League live cards, since, like we said, Champions League is on tomorrow, and Europa League on Thursday. Obviously, these are tougher cards to predict, and most of them are very inflated because the games and the matchups are very hard opponents. Starting with this one, it's going to be Thomas Partey from Atletico. They're playing Liverpool tonight at home. I think Atletico has a good team this year. Even with the departure of Griezmann, they still have a good team. They've not been playing well recently, but I believe home is where their advantage is. And I believe that they can take advantage of that and probably win at least their first game to Liverpool. Although Liverpool is on fire recently in the domestic league, I think it's going to be tough for them to win an away game to Atletico. So this card right now is going to be about 90k, I think. It looks like a good price to invest. So I think that Atletico might get away with a win. They play really defensive football in the home games, and it's really hard for them to break them down. So I believe they might walk away as winners, like by even 1 goal. So that would be a big plus. I don't know though if they walk away with 1 goal, if that will inflate his price going into the next game, because Atletico going to Liverpool with 1 goal advantage, I don't know if that's going to be enough for them with that lead to go ahead out of that group. It's remained to be seen. I'm not sure about this party though, but if you are kind of looking into getting, and you think that Atletico might go through against Liverpool, I think at 90k it's a good price. The next card is going to be Jadon Sancho from Dortmund. They're playing they're playing PSG tonight, which is a fantastic game. That's the game I probably am going to be watching, or probably am going to be watching both, I don't know. So Jadon Sancho is on fire. I think he was named one of the most efficient footballers in the top 5 leagues in Europe at the moment. He has like the same goals and assists. So he's a fantastic player. He has like 3-4 informs. I don't know how many informs at the moment. He plays in every position. He's a great player. Dortmund is a fantastic team. They're on fire, and with the addition of Haaland, they're looking really good. Although the last game, I think they lost to Bayer Leverkusen. I think they probably should have won that game. Anyways, they're on fire. This is a team that, you know, held Barcelona back in the group stages. So I think the home game is where their advantage is. And I think PSG away without Neymar, I believe. But also Dortmund won't have Royce. I think Dortmund will have a big advantage into winning that game. Sancho is about 180k at the moment, which I think is a good price. And the third UCL game is going to be Atalanta, I believe, against Valencia. So we have only this live card by Was. I don't know. It's a very tough game. Atalanta has not been playing well, like I said, for the Ilicic card. So the same is going to be said for Valencia, but I think Valencia with the more experience might be able to walk away with a win here and go into the second game, with a comfortable win and move ahead of this matchup. Was is at the moment, Daniel Voss is somewhere around 80 something K. I believe if you want to invest in this card, it's going to be something 80 or under. It looks like a solid price. The other two are going to be two Europa League cards. We're going to have Lucas Torreira from Arsenal. I think their first game is going to be away to Olympiacos from Greece. Obviously a tough game. Olympiacos has a great home advantage there. It's really hard to walk away with a result, but their European track record is not that great, especially against English teams. I believe Arsenal has the team, if they play good, to even walk away with a result from the first game and take a clear advantage. Now there's the thing with this Torreira where he's a bit inflated for the past couple of weeks or so, with probably the addition of a few special cards that were added for Arsenal, and he gets out of those strong links, so probably that's why he's inflated, where he was about 160, 170k to now being about 260. But that 260 price has been on for the past 2 weeks or so, so it looks like to be his stable price at the moment. So if I wanted to invest in this card, I will look for anything under 250 or even less than that. The other one is going to be a one with a bit less risk or no risk at all. It's going to be Raul Jimenez from Wolves. Wolves with, I think the first game is going to be at home. This card is at, what is it, 34k, something like that. I believe out of the matchup, Raul Jimenez, Wolves is looking like sort of a sure thing to go through. They are playing Espanyol, I believe, at home. So I believe that's going to be an easy home advantage for Wolves, and I think they're going to win that game. At 34k where he is right now, we'll look for a bit lower than that, like 32, 31, or even 30 if possible. I think it's a good no-risk investment, even if they don't win the first game or something like that. This card doesn't look like it's going to go any lower going into the second game. So depending on the first game result, we'll see how you proceed in the second game, which is going to be next week. To round it up from all these cards from the Europa League, I'm looking at Jimenez. It's probably a good thing to invest in at about 30k, 31, maybe somewhere around there. From the UCL live cards, I would like Sancho there at under 180, 170, something like that is looking like a good price to buy. I think they will win against PSG tonight. And out of the headliners cards, obviously Tagliafico looks like a good investment, with Ajax being in a good form at 120k. I think it's a good card to buy. And Luis Alberto at about 50k or under, it looks like a no-risk investment there, especially with Lazio and their recent form. I believe that this is another good investment. So my money is probably going to be on Luis Alberto, maybe Tagliafico, Sancho and Jimenez, a combination of those, or maybe I'll buy one of each, or we'll see how it goes. So this is going to be it for this week's live card investment tips. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.